Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 12th, 2025, and welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board meeting. Tonight is a work session, and we have 8 items, and I believe we have personnel issue in exec. I call this meeting to order, and if everyone please rise, face the flag. Councilman Lombardi will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just that we all remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who are fighting for our freedom around the world.
Thank you very much. So if the town board would please review the minutes from February 19th meeting. Our town clerk, Alice Daly, provided them to you. Our first item is with our Director of Recreation and Parks. Consider an RFP results for the concession ear at Sycamore Park. Nina Kalmeyer.
Thank you. Good evening, Board.
Okay.
So we did advertise for the concessionaire at Sycamore Park, and we did this through our website, the local channel, our bulletin boards, social media, and we also did send out our RFP packet to 17 vendors in our community. The RFPs were due by March 6th, and we only had one vendor that had picked it up. It was Liliana's that was our concessionaire last year. So they have proposed to operate the concession for 3 years, agreeing to pay an annual fee of $2,000 for the 2025-2026, $2,000 for 2026-27, and $2,000 for 2027 and 2028. Based off of their, they worked with us last year, and they were great the last concession agreement. Liliana's been working there for a really long time. I recommend that we go with her and move forward with this 3-year agreement.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you for coming out. If you have your stuff ready, next up is Mary Ann Maxwell, our town controller. Consider the year-end 2024 General Highway Fund balance analysis. Good evening.
Good evening. So this is the fund balance analysis for the end 12/31/2024. The auditors have been here the past 2 weeks. They actually finished up today, which is 2 days early, which is good. And everything looks good. They were very thorough, which is very good. They looked through all of our ARPA paperwork. Everything looks good, so it looks like we were in compliance with the ARPA, so thank God. There was a lot of work towards the end. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that. So this is the fund balance analysis that I do every year. And as you can see, for the general fund, we are consistent at $12.3 million in the general fund. There are a couple different fund balances I want to go over with you. The first one that's highlighted is the comp absences. So that's pretty much, about the same. It's going to be $1,850,000, so that's just a slight increase. The one I did want to mention is the tax certiorari, the designated for tax certiorari. So I went over this with Scott, and because the New York City properties were settled, the exposure that we have to hold is much less. So it came to $212,000, so we're able to lower that reserve quite a bit. And I'm recommending that we move $750,000 into the reserve for capital projects. So that's bringing that from $3,250,000 to $4 million.
Nice.
Now, we've already taken $1 million from that for the properties up the street.
Right.
So, thank God we have that, but, so that's going to leave $3 million in the capital project fund balance designated, mostly for Swan Cove, I would say, and to do more work up the street, with the properties.
So Mary Ann, like back in 2017 and 18, it was 770,000. You
The
think,
tax certiorari,
yeah,
yeah.
you think 212,000? Like, I just don't want to be cut short.
No, I understand, and Greg and I went over this, we talked about it too. I have the actual exposures. I can send this to you guys. I can send it to Greg. You know, I have it here. I went over the, you know, with Scott, talked to Greg about it, because
You know, if
I
you
felt the
guys-
same way
If
too.
you guys
is-
went over, it's just,
No,
it's
I know.
almost like a
I-
shell shock, only the other way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's based upon
The city had commenced the certiораries in 2017, that was the first year.
Right.
And they went all the way through at least 2023. So as the years accrued and they hadn't been either disposed of or settled, we had to, it was the best move from an accounting perspective and fiscal perspective to accrue more in case
Right.
there was a determination at trial and there were refunds due. The way the case was resolved, there were no refunds, and the cases are resolved. And the parcel, we're not going to have that issue on the assessment roll going forward,
Okay.
where we'll be exposed like that with respect to that particular Croton Falls Dam parcel again. So I certainly
Oh,
would defer to
that's
Scott.
pretty much for that
It's- yes,
parcel?
It was
Okay.
$165 million, $150 million
Yep.
assessed parcel that
Yep.
you were subject to refunds on, as was the school district. So we had to hold the money in case there was an adverse determination. It was resolved, and I defer to Scott and Mary Ann about what to hold for the remaining cases. I think you probably have about 12 pending certiораries total.
Yeah.
You just don't have a lot.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
Okay, and that 212 will,
yeah, and I
Okay.
think us being,
Okay.
That's only the
Potentially
town.
satisfying.
yeah,
It's only the town's share of
Right.
it.
Right.
So if the certiorari, if you lose it in a trial at a certiorari, you're only liable to refund the town's portion, not the county's. or the
Correct,
school's.
yeah.
So
Yep.
we only
Yeah.
accrue for that.
right, right,
Okay.
exactly. We don't have to, you know, refund for the school or the county and things like that.
all right,
And
perfect.
and I think now that we're 100%
Valuation.
evaluation, I think that helps too, because I think
That's
this, you know, they're looking at the properties, you know, year after year after year, and, you know, there are some cases that are settled, but I don't think we have to hold it like we used to when we weren't 100%,
Okay,
so.
thank you.
And then the unreserved is $3,586,000, but we, a portion of that is held in encumbrances for open purchase orders and things like that, so. And then with the highway fund is also consistent at $4,347,000. We do have $1.5 million for capital purposes, which is, last year we used $200,000 for drainage and more for trucks, but, you know, I think we're gonna, Mike and I went over it, I think we're gonna use that money for machinery, the $1.5 million, so it's good that we have that. The other thing that is good that we have is the $750,000 in snow removal. That's a reserve that we've had for a while, and I believe we're gonna have to tap into that this year, because
I was gonna say after this
yeah,
year.
after this year. Yeah, February was tough, so I think with the salt, we're gonna have to tap into that reserve as well as the overtime, so.
Okay.
But it's good that we have that, though. Okay,
Thank you.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. So next up is our Highway Superintendent, Michael Stern. Consider request to purchase a used pickup.
Good evening, Board. I am requesting authorization to purchase a used pickup or van as follows. It's a 2014 Freightliner MT45 step van. Easiest way to put it, it's a shed on wheels, and it can contain everything that we have for certain crews. We've been looking at these things for quite some time. We have one already, and we'll get it for another crew, but it has very low miles, and we put some attached quote and comps with it. And this one is, it's a very good deal. Has a generator built into it, so it's got a lot of little things that we can use, and it'll really help us out. I'm also going to ask that we do an emergency vote on it. They've been holding it for us for 2 weeks. I don't really like to ask people to have to hold on to something when they can sell it themselves, so I'm going to ask that we have an emergency vote tonight if possible, if you guys would be willing to do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Mike, the picture looks like the other pictures you have, right?
Yeah,
The
they're all
picture
the
that
same.
from the upstate auto?
Yes.
It's the exact
Yeah,
same.
they all look like that.
Okay.
Can you raise that up, Sue?
Oh,
That's it.
like a food truck.
So, yeah, the sign truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like our yellow truck, it's like a bread van.
Are you gonna paint it yellow or keep it white?
Keep it white. Yeah, we're
Put
going
some
to keep it
flames
white.
Down the side of it, maybe?
It's going to be logoed up and some lights on it. But it's something that we need for the department also.
Okay.
Does anybody want to
And
read
you guys
that?
have the money, right?
Yes.
Yep, perfect. You what?
All right.
Oh, I didn't bring mine.
I got it. Resolved that the town vote of Town of Carmel pursuant to the request of Town of Carmel Superintendent of Highways, Michael Stern, hereby authorizes the purchase of a 2014 Freightliner MT-45 step van from Upstate Auto Services, Hoosick Falls, New York, at a cost not to exceed $15,720 in accordance with the proposal dated March 2025. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Thank you. Counsel, could you?
Yes, sorry. Roll call vote. Councilman Lugo.
Yes.
Councilwoman
Yes.
McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari.
Yes. Thank you.
Carried.
All right, as always, thank you for the support.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thanks, Mike.
So all the rest of the evening is our engineer, Richard Franzetti. First up, you've got new docks for Lake Secor Park District.
All right, turn on. Good evening, Board. Yes, as Supervisor Cazzari said, the Lake Secor Park District Advisory Board received the quotes to upgrade and install existing docks at the Lake Secor beach area. Quotes were received from Easy Dock at $7,963 and Patriot at $4,348. The quotes are for the purchase of the dock and gangway and associated equipment. Noted that the Patriot proposal did not include installation, while the proposal from Easy Dock did. Therefore, the quote from the Patriot system is deemed kind of not responsive. So based on the pricing, we recommend the project be awarded to Easy Dock for $7,963.28 is what I have in there. As per the attached, there are sufficient funds for this.
And Rich, when it went out, they were told that to add the installation to it?
I don't believe that Patriot would do the installation at all. They would deliver it with boxes, and then you have to find somebody to do it. So
But for Easy Dock, they're installing them, correct?
Easy Dock will install them, correct. They've done docks at Lake Cassie, and they've done docks at Secor in the past. So it's not the first time we've dealt with them, so they're a good company that we've worked with.
As long as they're doing
Okay.
prevailing wage, then we're good.
So this is a emergency repairs, is the next one being presented to the board. Emergency invoice over $10,000 in services rendered. In Carmel Sewer District 7, the generator replacement. Infomark, the operators of 7 had alerted the engineering department that the propane generator was in failure and needed to be replaced. The generator provides backup power to supply oxygen to the wastewater treatment plant in order to keep the plant in regulatory compliance. Power outages in this area have been an ongoing problem for years. The replacement generator was deemed an emergency, and Infomark was directed to have the generator that the town purchased from the Carmel Fire Department in 2022 installed. There's an invoice in the amount of $18,652.31 to make this repair. The work included the removal of the failed generator, dig and backfill the trench for electrical, installation of a new concrete pad, transport of the new generator to the site. We also, just so you know, had a credit for the propane that was left over in the tank at the facility. That's being used elsewhere. There are sufficient funds for this in our budget. Any questions from the board? I'm not boring you, am I?
That was the plan, was to use it there?
What was that?
That was the plan. We bought the Carmel one to use it there.
We did buy the Carmel one from the fire department. It was to install at 7. It was going to be part of the whole generator maintenance thing that we were doing, but the one that over there failed. It just needed to be done quicker than we anticipated, so.
Thank you.
The next one is the EPM, which is an electrical preventative maintenance for town facilities. During the town's most recent, or the last couple of safety committee meetings, the insurance carrier advised that the EPM needs to be performed as soon as possible at 5 facilities: Town Hall, Highway Department, Sycamore Park, Carmel Sewer District, and Carmel Water District 2, or the town could jeopardize the insurance coverage, losing the insurance company at these facilities. The board should note that the EPM program includes a planned annual inspection and evaluations of the electrical system, circuit breakers, and motor control centers by a qualified electrician. The licensed electrician will need to assess these facilities to determine the proper level of surge protection required for the distribution system and the equipment at the facility. As the EPM is required immediately, this department requested a proposal from Owens Electric. It is recommended that the attached amount in $34,500 be approved in order to avoid any potential lapse in insurance company. That number is truly $6,900 per facility. So the aggregate is $34,500 and $6,900 per facility. I've spoken with both Superintendent Stern, and Nina, and they have budget, and they understand that this needs to be done.
And
And
Rich,
Mary Ann, too, for the town hall. Sorry,
yeah,
Mary Ann.
are we going to get a report or anything from them that we keep on file here?
Yeah,
And-
it'll be here, be submitted to the insurance company, we can gain our coverage. The other piece to that puzzle would be, there may be recommendations, it may cost us more money going in the future to put in surge protectors at these facilities. So, but
And
right
this is-
now, this is just an EPM program that needs to be performed immediately.
And does this have to be done yearly? Or should it be done yearly?
It needs to be done now, it wouldn't have to be done not that I know of yearly. Once we do it, they're gonna come up with recommendations, and we have to then institute said recommendations. So they might say you need a $25,000
Right.
surge protector, or
That is what they're gonna say.
you
Right.
need to do something here at Highway, right?
Yep.
Or you need to do something here at Town Hall
Yep.
to get us to where we need to get to. So, and the answer is, it needs to be done immediately, Councilman
Yep.
Kearns.
Okay.
I want to jump back real quick to the generator replacement. These hourly rates, are those Cook's rates, or are those, where does he get these numbers, the 199.74 per hour?
That is Ed Cook's, where is it?
Is that Cook, is that how you say it?
Cook.
Yeah, that's Cook, it's a Cook invoice.
And is he do we have any, is he the only company that performs this work? Do we have any other ones?
He's the company that performed this work. There are other companies that can perform this work. This is what when we asked him for work to do it, they hired Cook to do the work.
Do we have any other contractors on call for this?
On call, yeah, we could probably use them.
Okay.
They're using, those rates are prevailing wage
Yeah, that's why
wage
they
rates.
seem a little high to me.
Prevailing.
Yeah, these are not prevailing wage.
They contain prevailing wage, but we're also the contract.
They're overhead profit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not correct.
Alright, we'll discuss this.
And sand filters?
So Infomark, the operators of Carmel Sewer District 4, has advised the engineering department that the programmable logic controller, or PLC, for the sand filters continually fault and cease operations. These PLCs control the backwashing operation prior to the effluent being treated by the microfiltration membranes. The operation of these sand filters is required as part of the state pollution discharge elimination system and are compliance related, as failure of these units will cause the plant to be out of permit. We requested and received quotes to upgrade the PLCs. The purchase to install this unit is $31,281.40. This project is completed as part of the New York City DEP regulatory compliance, and we were being reimbursed 50% of that. That the meters that were being used, or the PLCs being replaced, are 20 years old, and the replacement ones will have a 20-year life expectancy. There are sufficient funds for this work.
Are we tax exempt or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so he has to remove the $3,700 from the sales tax.
That will be removed. The DEP wouldn't pay it anyway, so.
Okay, and then my favorite, East of Hudson.
They love you there.
Wait, we're going with Carolina?
Oh, Mike.
They're going with, Rich, I'm sorry, you're going with the higher cost one,
No,
the
we're going with the
Carolina?
lower one, the 31,000.
The
So there is no sales
31,000.
tax on that one.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
if you took the 3,000 away off that sales tax, it would still be higher than the one we're going to go with. So,
Okay.
so yes, the sales tax would be out. If we were choosing them, we would have had them remove that.
Okay.
So the last one is the East of Hudson O&M invoice. As the board is aware, the town of Carmel is a member of the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation. It's made up of 19 municipalities in Dutchess, Putnam, and Westchester County, and was established as a regional stormwater entity in response to the heightened phosphorus removal requirements under the New York State DEC stormwater regulations. The East of Hudson Watershed Corporation administers, coordinates, and installs the regional stormwater retrofit projects with funding made available by the New York City DEP, Westchester County, and Putnam County. Through the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation, member municipalities are collectively achieving compliance with the stormwater retrofit projects through bubble compliance, regardless of the physical location of each retrofit. We have signed a policy way back when in 2016 that was adopted by the town, and due to that bubble compliance and the agreement we made, we are required to pay for O&M based on the town's overall phosphorus reduction, not just the stormwater management practices located in the town. The East of Hudson provides the O&M for the SRPs located in town. So there is an invoice in the amount of $22,386.76 for the O&M performed in 2024. There are sufficient funds in the budget for this expense. If, Mike, you want to add anything, feel free.
I don't know,
I've said it all the time.
falls on dead, it's, there's no study, they don't know actually how much.
I just
It's just
find-
based on, because they say,
Like Susie and I were just talking, I just find it so funny that our geographic location to Somers in Yorktown, and they're significantly lower than us.
well, they have less property in the watershed.
So how
That's
that
part of the
works.
reason why. It has to do with the location within the watershed. You know, we have almost 95% of the town of Carmel is in the watershed. There's only a small section that goes over to the Peekskill Hollow Brook area. So very small area that does it. So
That's
we
what
are
Zipper
required.
never said about their fuzzy math. It always broke mine about my math, like,
He was right to do it for you.
yeah, I know, but the fuzzy math with this whole thing.
Well,
Well, thank you, Rich. We're stuck with them.
Thank you, board, appreciate it.
Thanks, Rich.
You want 5 minutes, Sal?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I got a few items. The address is 200 Walks Hollow. This guy's got cars all over his property, okay? He's doing oil changes, all this stuff. The only thing he's not doing is pumping gas. It's a mess.
200?
200 Walks Hollow. And then the other one, on the corner of Union Valley, the air conditioning guy, he's got a mess on the loading dock. It's a mess.
We had
Our
them cleaned up
development
before.
is called Country Manor Estates,
Yeah.
and you gotta pass that every day, okay? That's a disgrace.
Yeah.
He's gotta clean it up. The same way you run it inside, you gotta run it outside, and it's not being done.
Yeah, we had the building department go out there before. We'll have them go out.
That, you have to take a look at.
I'll tell 'em in the
Those
morning.
two locations,
Yes, sir.
okay?
I got it.
Very important. And Mary Ann says we got a lot of money for 2 more stop signs on Horton Drive.
Well, The
Okay.
police are
I
behind you
need
there.
2 more stop signs on Horton Drive. The other ones are working fine. The people are pleased because they can see the cars and they go to shortcut to the bike path. I got a lot of phone calls and I want to thank all you guys, okay? It's working. I need 2 more. Mary Ann's got plenty of money, okay? Just 2 more,
Sal, you want 2 more on Bucks Hollow?
yes. On Horton Drive,
At the intersection.
Horton and Bucks Hollow?
yes.
Right? 2 more
It's
on Bucks-
important.
That's what he's saying.
Because people cut across to
That's-
go to a bike path,
That's what he's saying. yeah.
also right there.
Just want to make sure.
That's
This
what
way we
he's-
get some kind of consistency on Bucks Hollow. It's a racetrack. All right? And those 2 locations are very important. This guy's got cars all over the place. Thank you for listening.
You know where
No,
I would like
thank
to
you
see
very
it?
much for
You know where I would
coming.
like to see a stop sign added? At the top of High Ridge on Lakeview Drive. I think there needs to be a stop sign.
You have to
with
cut
that.
the trees back first.
Yeah.
before anything. That's what it is. It's the pine tree.
That's a dangerous spot because you have a it's an intersection. You have a stop sign going this way.
Mr.
and then-
Stern,
Not that way. That's a,
maybe you could help us
that's
out.
not- going up High Ridge, yeah.
That's going uphill.
He said with what?
If it's not plowed good and you're stopping there, it's not gonna be good. Take them out, Mike. Those trees, because you can't see.
I wrote it down, sir.
That tree on the corner.
Maybe a nice speed bump too. Maybe a nice speed bump on Lakeview would be nice, yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I got two of these.
Come on, Mike.
So Saturday, again, Saturday at St. John's, there is a fundraiser, so that's the 15th. At 5 PM is a fundraiser downstairs, $35 for adults. It is honoring an Irishman, our Councilman Robert Kearns. And there's a QR code here. Father Simon does have it in the bulletin, and you can see it on St. John's website.
They ran out of Irish people. That's how I got chosen.
I don't think we ever run out in this community. And we're doing our shredded event. That is on our website, our new website, which is .gov now. So on Saturday, the 19th, April 19, 9 a.m. to 12. So Saturday, April 19th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please bring proof of ID, and it will be across from the firehouse, Mahopac Firehouse at the Geary Rink. It'll be a shredded event. And then just to let everybody remember that April 21st to the 25th will be a townwide cleanup in coordination with Earth Day. And those are my things.
This weekend, we had the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Shout out to Carmel PD for leading the parade. We had a great time, myself, Councilman Kearns, Councilwoman McDonough. We're right behind you guys. My son had a great time. He wouldn't stop talking about it. And everybody who participated, thank you. It was a great turnout.
I think we were all there.
Okay.
Yeah. Continuing with the Lenten tradition, the Our Lady of the Lakes Council in Carmel is continuing with their fish fry, in addition to fried clam strips, shrimp scampi, linguine with clam sauce. This week for special is the crab cake sliders. So you have to do all your ordering online. So it's at www.carmelfishfry.com, and you have to order before 7 p.m. Thursday night. So if you stop by, come upstairs to the kitchen, come say hello. There's about 12 of us working in the kitchen every Friday night.
There's a full menu too. I saw online. It's,
Yeah, there is
it's
a
really
lot.
impressive, yeah.
It's a lot. And they're all to order. Last
Yeah.
week was 273 orders.
Wow, that's amazing. Yo, yeah. This weekend, my monthly Connect with Kearns, we're going to have a special guest, Assemblyman Matt Slater. We're going to be hosting it here at Town Hall from 9 to 11. There will be light refreshments served. Assemblyman Slater will be giving a recap of the proposed state budget, and he'll be taking some questions from our community. If you're around the area, if you have any questions for myself or Assemblyman Slater, please stop by. And again, I just want to give a quick shout out to our Chief of Staff, Kevin Kernan. He's been working diligently on our new website for the last several months. I'm very pleased with the outcome. It looks great. There's going to be some learning curves, obviously, because it's new. And we're replacing a very outdated and relic. It was a huge upgrade that was definitely needed. So bear with us, and if you experience anything or have any suggestions, please reach out to Kevin or any of us on the board, and we'll be happy to help you guys. That's it.
And I forgot about NYSEG. Tomorrow, NYSEG is coming to Town Hall 1 to 3 and 5 to 7 here at Carmel Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue. You have to bring your utility bill, and they will assist you. There'll be customer reps here, assist you, try to help you find a way to make that work. It's not much that we can do about the fact that the governor has messed up electricity pricing in New York.
true.
But
I
That's
spoke
the
to
best
some
we can
I spoke
do.
to some individuals that went to the Yorktown event today. They said it was actually pretty helpful. So, just to piggyback off what Supervisor Cazzari said, if you have issues with your bills, definitely swing by tomorrow. They'll be able to assist you with any questions you might have.
And people were asking about, a few calls we took about televised. It's not a televised event because it's you bringing your personal information to NYSEG. So that we wouldn't put, your electric bill on for everybody to see. So people with fixed income, please come, and hopefully the NYSEG rep can help us out. So can we get a motion to go to? Oh,
Planning board meeting, because of that, planning board meeting is at 7:30.
that's right. I forgot that. Yes. Yes, and we asked the planning board to push back a half hour so that NYSEG could have the space from 5 to 7. And so thank you to the members of the planning board for doing that. So a motion to go to executive session for
So
personnel.
moved.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you and good night. We'll see you on the 19th.